So, today we're going to talk about something that feels pretty urgent. How do we manage our identity and privacy in a world that's getting smarter and more automated by the second? We're looking at a pretty detailed proposal called Stage 1. And it's not just an idea, it's a plan for real infrastructure. And it all starts with one really simple, powerful rule. And there it is. This is the bedrock of the entire system. It's the one thing that is absolutely non-negotiable. AI can be a tool, sure. It can report patterns, it can flag things for us, but it can never, ever be the one in charge of judging human beings. And that really is the multi-trillion-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, if AI is going to be running our digital world, how do we build a system that guarantees, absolutely guarantees, that humans always have the final say? Well, this proposal has a very specific answer. Okay, so before we dive into the solution, we've got to understand the problem it's trying to solve. Why do we even need a whole new system? I mean, what's so broken about the way things are now? And what are the real dangers of just letting AI take the wheel? Well, here are the core issues, according to the source material. We've got this paradox, right? Total anonymity has basically shattered trust online. But at the same time, surveillance capitalism is just vacuuming up all of our private data. And here's the real kicker. AI, for all its power, just doesn't get us. It can't understand nuance, morality, or things like intent or someone being sorry. It's just not what it's built for. So in response to all that, we get this proposal. And the most important thing to get here is that this isn't just some philosophy paper. The whole point is to build actual, real-world infrastructure, both physical and digital, to make this happen. And these are the big goals, the guiding principles of the whole thing. You see the theme here, right? It is all about putting humans back in charge. It's about human-to-human accountability, protecting our real identity offline, and creating a super strict chain of command where AI is just a tool, not a boss. All right, so you're probably wondering, how does this actually work? Well, the core idea is pretty clever. It separates your identity into two completely different parts, and these are managed by something called the offline office and the online office. And you can see right here how they're divided. The offline office, that's all about authority, your real identity. It's a physical place with real people, and its most important asset is, get this, a literal physical book. Then you have the online office. That's for speed, it's the interface, it's all digital, and its core asset is an anonymous QR code. Let's just focus on this offline office for a second, because this is the absolute foundation of the whole system. Think of it like a high-security vault. It's a physical place you go to. A real human verifies who you are, and your core information gets stored in that physical book. And here's the most important part. That book, that data, never ever touches the internet. It is completely air-gapped. So how do you become a verified human in this system? Well, the process is deliberately human. You physically show up, you actually have a conversation with a trained official, they're called a super user, and they evaluate you as a person, not just a set of data. And only after that human check are your details put in the book, and then you're given your digital key, the QR code. And this right here is the game changer for how you live online. From now on, you don't use your name, you don't use your photo, you don't use your email to log into things. You use this one single QR code. It's your passport to the entire digital world, but it doesn't have any of your personal info on it. And this is where it gets really clever. It strikes this perfect balance. Any website, any platform, any AI knows that your QR code belongs to a real, verified human who's accountable for what they do. But what they don't know, and can never find out, is your name, what you look like, or any of your private data. So you get accountability without the surveillance. Pretty neat, right? Okay, so we've got our new identity system. But that's only half the puzzle. The next critical piece is the chain of command. How do you make absolutely sure that authority always flows through humans, and that AI stays in its lane as just a tool? This is that hierarchy, and it's unbreakable. You, the human user, you're at the very top. If there's an issue, it goes to other humans in the online office to get checked out. If it's serious, it goes up to the top-level humans in the offline office. And look where the AI is, all the way at the bottom. Its only job is to flag things. It never gets to make a decision, ever. Yeah, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's the simple, elegant rule that controls everything. No matter how powerful or smart an AI gets, it always reports up to a person. Period. End of story. So what does this look like in real life? Okay, let's say you have a problem with someone online. You file a complaint against their QR code, not their name. A real person in the online office takes a look. If it's a real issue, it gets sent up the chain to the offline office for a final call. And notice the goal here. The result is guidance, or maybe setting some limits. It's never about public shaming. It's a system designed for fixing problems, not creating online mob. So let's zoom out and look at the big picture. What is the ultimate point of a system like this? What's the final vision? Well, it's about a massive shift in who actually holds the power in our digital lives. At the end of the day, it's all about trying to bring back these core human values that have kind of been worn down online. You get your dignity and privacy back by separating your public tag from your private self. You get real accountability because every action is tied to a verified person. And you restore human authority by putting people, not algorithms, in charge of making judgments. Now, as we wrap up, the source material tackles the big objections head-on. The first one is that fear that this is all just about top-down control. And the response is clear. That's not what this is. Instead, the argument is that this system is about protection. It's about protecting our privacy from big tech, protecting our real identities from the chaos of the internet, and protecting our society from cold, automated judgment by machines. The next big criticism? That this is just a fancy new way to censor people. And again, the proposal pushes back on that idea, arguing that this is really about responsibility. It's the freedom to speak and act, but it's combined with being accountable for those actions. You know, that thing that's supposed to be the bedrock of a healthy society. And this is the final thought it leaves us with. It's a really stark choice. This whole proposal is framed as stage one, a conscious, deliberate effort for humanity to grab the reins and take back its authority. Because the alternative? Well, the alternative is we do nothing and just let AI take that authority by default.